Hi, I'm Lucy. I'm the face and the creator behind the Website Foundations course. I'm also its educator. If you're watching this video, it's because you received a link because you're a member of a very special group. What group is that? If you recall, when you visited the website, you opted in to receive additional course information. Well, when you did that, you were put into a what I call a email drip campaign or a workflow. I use Flowdesk, and in that workflow, I made a mistake. So there were quite a few of you that this mistake affected. So first, let me kind of take a step back. So I am probably just like you, a one woman business. I don't have any virtual assistants. I do everything myself. So on top of taking care of websites for clients and building out brand new websites and designing websites, I also am the admin person. I'm human resources. I'm accounting, receivables, and payable. I wear many, many hats. And in this last release of the course, the two hats that I added on was marketing with Meta Ads and Flowdesk or doing an email drip campaign and or a workflow. Now, the Meta Ads, it was a learning curve. And I'm so glad that I went through that process. But even it had some flaws in it, but it didn't directly affect anybody who had already come through and requested additional information about the course. So the workflow had a flaw in it. If you came into the workflow at a certain time, you were never going to get to the last few emails that were to be released, like 24 hours left to register, 9 hours left to register, 6 hours. And inside of those emails was additional content and information. Now, you may have been one of those people that when you checked your email this morning, there was like 5 emails from just me. And for that, I apologize. The other thing that I discovered in the workflow is if you incorporated a YouTube video into the actual workflow or into the email, it might have been dropped into someone's junk box or your junk mail or your spam mail. So you might not have ever seen it. So that's another hurdle that I'll have to work through. But I say all that to say that, I really was, if you go and look at Instagram, my stories at Lucy Lynn Creative is my Instagram account. You'll see in the stories where I'm talking about this workflow issue. And I was pretty upset about it because I've worked as being the solo developer and planner and builder and everything else of this course, I've I've put a lot of time into it, and to find that there was a problem and it was pretty serious in the last few hours of registration was pretty frustrating. Um, in fact, I even mentioned in my stories that I wanted to cry, and I did. I wanted to cry. Um, so with that said, I thought I pushed all the emails through the best that I could. So if you checked your email this morning and there was 5 or 6 emails, I apologize. I just felt like maybe having the information was better than not sending it at all, or you getting it next year or something like that. So I wanted to get everybody to the end of the workflow. So I didn't sleep well last night, and I got up this morning and I was like, okay, what are we going to do about this? And so I decided to extend registrations for the course because I wanted everyone to have the same information and have the opportunity to reach back out and ask me any questions. And the only way that I could do that was to extend the registration. So I extended it to Sunday night at midnight. I know it's Easter Sunday, but it's a few days. And then we will actually have the meet and greet a week from Thursday. So it'll be on the 9th. And then the actual first module of the training will drop on Friday by 11 a.m. So then the whole course will work that way. We'll always have a Q&A at 1 p.m. on Thursdays. And then on Friday, the next module will drop. Now let's talk a little bit about the course because I do think that's important. So I'm going to just share my screen with you and we'll talk a little bit about what it entails. Okay, so I have my screen up over here, so you'll probably see me looking in this direction. But here, if you should see, let me just verify. Yes. So this is the actual community and course platform. This is where the course is being held and where the community is. So you'll see this top right here. This is the Website Foundation's weekly Q&A session. So when you come onto the course, you'll get access to this platform. And in this platform, you can come here and it'll say Thursday at 1 o'clock, you'll have a Zoom link and you just click that and it'll bring you right to the group. Now, once you're a part of the community, there's also a monthly community Q&A session. That's what this is for. So in the monthlies, these are things that people come and they ask questions, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute in the community hub, and I address those questions in the monthly Q&A for the community. This is a weekly Q&A, and this is just for the course participants. This is the monthly community Q&A, and this is above and beyond. This is like usually people are in here that have already completed the course. Now, further down in between this section and this section, in between here, there'll be another section that will say start here. And there'll be a brief welcome video, and there'll be some information that I need, you to complete. So I kind of know where you're at in your website development. Maybe you already have a website, maybe you already have a domain, maybe you just need help with branding, whatever. You'll get some questions that you'll answer in there. Now, the next thing you'll see is course content. This will be where all the courses and stuff will be released out. So anybody who is a alumni, they're going to get one of these that is their release of the course. Now, right now, the people who have already finished the course, they have this release right here. But because they were founding members, they also will get access to all future releases. Now, if you register for the course and go through the course, you'll get access to the community, but you won't see the first release of the course. You'll see your release, which is going to be down here. So every week, you'll see a brand new module that will release on Friday afternoon, by Friday at 11 a.m. So on Thursday, we'll have a Q&A based on the questions from the previous week. And then on Friday, we'll drop the next module. So what is a module? So you can see there are 12 modules. Each one of them has a topic that it covers. Now let's look at, and then there's going to be bonus modules inside of the community, inside of the course. So let's look at like bonus module 5. This is pages and creating a coming soon page. This is when you really start getting into the nitty gritty of the building out of your website. So here's module 5. It tells you that it's 10 content pieces and it's an hour and 26 minutes total video time. So you can start playing the first video, go through it on and on and on. Now, here is module 5, lesson 1. There is a total of 6 lessons plus a closing for this module. And then there are bonus modules that support additional information for creating pages and managing your website pages. Now, these are the videos, and then these are the attachments. So you'll have a module 5 checklist. You'll have terms and resources associated with that module. You'll have a Q&A session, website credentials. This is a checklist a PDF you can download. It's fillable via PDF. And then you'll have like additional information that supports this module. And every module has videos and attachments. Now, each of these videos should not be more than 10 minutes. Now, there's a few in the course that because of the way the content is, they might extend past the 10 minutes. So every week on Friday, a new module will be dropped into this section. So on next Thursday, you'll receive your access to the platform. And then when you get into the platform, you will see this area will be empty. There will be nothing in here. Each week, so on Thursday, we'll have our meet and greet. Might be a couple of us, might be 30 of us. Um, and after the meet and greet, that first meeting, the first module will drop the very next day and it will be module one. And then inside of module one will be the individual videos, like I showed you with module five, as well as supporting documents for the training in that module. Now, when you, and then the next Thursday, we will have a Q&A based on module one. So where does that come from? So let's go over here to the hub. So if you go up here in this top corner here and you click on the bars, you'll see Community Hub. So we'll click on the Community Hub, and in here you'll see all the communities and stuff, and there are different spaces. There's All Post, Announcements. This is where I share information that you need to know about. General questions. These are Q&A questions. So every week before we have the Q&A, I will visit the Q&A questions box and I will find all the questions and I will develop the answers. And in the Q&A session for that week, I will address all the questions for the module. And then any questions outside the module will go at the bottom of the Q&As. But I try to get through all the questions that have been posted in the Q&A questions section of the hub. So let's go back. Community Hub. And then again, these are the spaces within the Community Hub down here. The last one is feedback. Feedback is you've done something in your website and you want people's feedback, or you've picked a color scheme for your website and you want people's feedback, or you've written some content and you want people's feedback. So this is the community area where you can get additional information and where you can share with the community. So let's go back to the homepage. Now, inside the homepage, remember I said down here is all your modules and your bonus modules. There's a document library which will have all the documents as they're released. So they'll be listed within each module, but they'll also be on this course materials page. So when you go to view document library, you'll have all the list of all the documents that have been released in the course. Then all the Q&A sessions are also recorded and they will be dropped into this Q&A sessions section here that you can go and visit. And you can see when I visit this section, there is at least one Q&A for every session. In addition, there'll be the monthly Q&As for the community. So you'll see it says community Q&A, Beyond Foundations and Community. So these are all community related Q&As. Now, so that's the Q&A session. So let's talk about the search bar. So up here, you'll see there's a search bar. You can type in anything. If you've heard me say something in a video, you can type that in. We'll say, let me see, let's just do contact form. Okay. Okay, now I've typed in contact form. I'm going to see everywhere that contact and form were used in the community so that I can find whatever I'm looking for very quickly and easily. And it will show you exactly where it's at, what module it's in. It'll show you the transcripts. It'll even tell you what chapters it was in. So, and you can do view all, which is pretty cool. So if you're looking for something, you don't have to go through and listen to a whole video. Up here, there's also this bubble where you will get messages or send messages. And in the drop down as well, there's a member directory. So this is a directory of all the members. And then contact support, which is me. And this will send a direct email message to me. As you can see, it opens up over my email email board over on this other side. So that is kind of the community section, and this is going to be your course workboard here. And yeah, so let's talk about the cost or the price for the course. So originally, um, so I'm going to unshare my screen real quick. Stop sharing. Okay. So let's talk about the cost for the course or the investment, the business investment that you'll be making. Remember, this is a business investment. You can write this off against your taxes for your business. Right now, it's $9.97. It will go up again in the fall. It will be $14.97. It'll be a 50% increase. At $9.97, it's like a third of the cost to have a professional like myself build out your website. And that's just building it out. That's not design. That's not write the content. That's not email. That's not images. That's just when a client gives me a design, like they hired a designer to do their design and they send the design to me and I have to build out the website. I have to establish domains, establish hosting. Don't worry about this tech talk. Just know that I have to figure out what the name is. I have to figure out where this website is going to be housed, where all the data is going to be put, and then I have to build it all out. For my services, it starts at $3,400. That's $3,400. So right now, the Website Foundations course is $997. In the fall, when it reopens for registrations in August, it will be $1497. And then in the spring of next year, it will be $1997. Now, I plan to cap it at $1997 at this point, but I'm not 100% set on that. The reason why I can offer it at the $997 price point right now is because I know as the curriculum grows, because I'm asking people who are taking the course to complete surveys and help me make the course better for the next release or the next cohort that comes through. So my thank you to you is giving you such a discount on my services. So, and then you get an hour of my time every week at the Q&A. Right now, I bill my clients $129 per hour for coaching and for audits and critiques. So if someone contacts me and says, "Hey, can you show me how to create a page with this information on it?" I'm happy to show them how to do it because I believe in teaching people to do things so that they are independent and can take care of their businesses. That's $129 an hour. If you want me to critique your website and review it and make sure everything is working right and performance is good, that starts at like $129 an hour. And that's usually a few hours of work. So at $997, it's a steal. And you can see, I showed you there are 12 modules. Each module has multiple lessons and all the supporting documentation. And yeah, so, and there'll be bonuses. Um, what else can I share? So because of the faux pas that I made with the workflow for the emails, I'm extending the registration period to Sunday night. So the course page, the page that you traditionally, let me share that with you. I want to kind of show y'all that. So if you go to the website right now, you will see that it now says subscribe here. This is, hold on, let me share the screen. All right. It just takes me a minute to get my bearings. Okay, so you can see here it says subscribe. I just want to look at the screen over here. Yeah, so it says subscribe, and then you'll see it says free workshop checklist, join the course wait list. I mean, so at this point, I've already stripped out the registration stuff because the only people who can register are those of you who have this video. If you're watching this video, if someone has shared this video with you, you can still register for the workshop. But if you go to like the course page, for example, if you go to learn courses, this is all the details about the course. Takes a minute to bring it up. Here we go. I didn't click the button. That would be helpful. Okay. So here's the course page, and you'll get to watch a video where you meet me and learn a little bit more about me. But you can see it already says join the wait list for fall 2026. So it is, I've stripped all the registration stuff out of the pages, but you can still go to shop. So you'll go to the shop, and within the shop, you'll see the Website Foundations course right here. So you'll just go, you can click on it and read more about the course here. And you can also go back and do the full course details here. And if you're ready, you can go ahead and do add to cart. And it's going to add it to my cart and take me over. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my cart up here, and I'm going to click on my cart. And then here is the cart. You can see $14.97. You're getting it $9.97. Now there's a couple ways to pay. I do not offer at this point payment plans because you have to be at a certain level before Klarna and some of these other services will give you the ability to offer payment plans. So what I've decided to do is allow you to use PayPal or Pay Later. When you do Pay Later, you pay PayPal and you work out an arrangement with them. Now, if you do the 6 month, which is what Pay Later is, 6 month interest free, and you break the 997 into 6 months, it's like 100 and is it that much? Let me check the numbers. So we're going to say 997. Let me get the calculator. Uh, Clear 997 divided by 6. That's $166 per month for the course. Now, I can say my maintenance clients that I have on maintenance plans, they're spending $280 per month for me just to maintain their website. So this would be for 6 months, and you could use the pay later option with PayPal. What you would do otherwise, you can just go to proceed to checkout. Decide on your payment plan. Now you'll see over here, personal coaching and mentorship. You have the option to purchase this at any time if you feel like you need more attention above and beyond the time that's already allocated in the course with the weekly Q&A session. Like if you want personal one-on-one time. Okay. And so you'll just go to proceed to checkout. And it'll just go through the process there. You'll fill out this information and then you'll just go through, fill out the information, and you'll place your order. So it's pretty straightforward. Keep in mind that the $997, your investment is refundable in the first 14 days. After 14 days, it's not refundable. And I do that because if you find that it's not the course for you, I will honor that and refund your money. Okay. So I've never had anybody ask for a refund, but there's a first time for everything. So that's a little bit about you. The best way to get to the registration is to go to the shop if you visit the website, or I'll give you the link with this video. And you just click on this item here, which is the Website Foundations course, or you can go right to add to cart, or you can go to quick view. Quick view is just going to bring up the image and a little bit of information right here. Okay, and then you can add to cart. All right. So let me stop sharing my screen again. And so I also want to encourage you, if you have questions and you're just not sure, if you are on the fence and you feel like having a website in 2026 that's on brand, that's formatted the way you want it, and you have full ownership of, unlike some other platforms on the industry, you have full ownership, full creative flexibility with your own website, and you won't be alone. You'll be with other women entrepreneurs who are trying to do the same thing. So I want to encourage you to ask me a question, ask me any questions. I'm happy to help out wherever I can. So, with that said, you can text me and I'll drop the phone number here, or you can send me an email at Lucy. It's Lucy, Lucy, at LucyLynnCreative.com. Or you can go into any of my social media platforms at Lucy Lynn Creative or Lucy Lynn Creative on Facebook and leave me a message there as well. And again, I don't believe there's any questions that are too small or too big. If that is what is holding you back from registering for the course, I want to be, I want to help you decide if this is the right fit for you. I'm not going to tell you it is just because it's my course, but I'm pretty proud of what I've created. And I do feel very passionate about helping women in the creative and service industries establish their online presence. I always like to remind people, people will say to me, there are women that will say to me, I have an Instagram account, I have a Facebook group, all this. I'm like, that's great. I like to look at social media as the networking room. It's where you go to network. But your website is your business office. It's where you go to provide service and provide products. And so, it's kind of like the party in the back is the social media platforms and everything, and the business in the front is your website. And you want to have full ownership of your website. You want to know how to maintain it. No more waiting on someone else to make content changes. No more expensive bills from a developer because they know they can charge you that. You'll be able to take care of everything yourself. So if you've made it this far in the video, I have a special gift for you when you register for the course. Just when you register for the course, send me a message that you've registered for the course, and I will send you your free little item, and it's pretty special. So, yeah. With that said, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you watching all the way through to the end of this video, and I look forward to helping you establish your online presence without the tech overwhelm.